So I've challenged myself to make this taco bait, taco casserole, whatever, the cheapest possible. Well, possible. I'm not really sure if this is as cheap as I can possibly get it, but it's pretty dang cheap. So instead of doing chicken or beef like I've done before, I've got ground turkey. This ground turkey cost me less than $2 a pound. Super cheap there. I did get the Knorr brand rice, but it's like 94 cents, so that's, you know, whatever. I am experimenting and using 2 different flavors this time, so that's going to be exciting. But I've also got Great Value brand black beans. This was 88 cents a can for 1 can. Stay on theme with the whole saving money thing. I got the Walmart brand, the Great Value taco seasoning. This one is the less sodium version, just because if it can be a little bit healthier, why not? Turkey completely cooked through. I need 3/4 cup of water. This is a full 2 cups, so I'm just going to use a little bit of it. And the package of taco. All right, next I'm going to cut up some onions. I've got my cutting board and a new skillet. I went ahead and added the seasoning and all that to my meat, so I set it aside. Chopped up with my beautiful knife. I'm not going to do too much onion just because I don't need that much. I just use a little bit for texture and flavor. I'm not going to dice it too fine just because I'm not the biggest fan of onion. So I want to be able to see my that way I can pick it out if I feel the need. I don't always pick it out, but I do sometimes. Sometimes, I don't know, it just gets in my head and I'm like, ugh. You know? Feel it? Oh, I love that sound. That sizzle is so beautiful. While my onion is sauteing in that skillet, I'm going to take a couple of sprigs of kale, get it chopped up, not too fine, but fine enough because I know that my kids are going to complain about it, but I don't care. It's good for them. And this was $1.24 for an entire head of kale. And I'll be able to use it for more than just one recipe. It's going to look really pretty in there with the onions, the black beans, and the turkey. It's going to be a super food casserole. Next up, I've got to get my rice ready. I'm going to add my better than bouillon by itself rather than dirty up a dish to mix it in with the water. 2 cups of water, that accounts for the cup that would have gone in the better than bouillon and the cup of water by itself. 8 ounces of salsa and an entire can of black beans, juice and all. This is the point where I'm going to add my kale, my onions, and my ground turkey. I did get a really nice sear on those onions, and I tasted them. They're so sweet. I used a Vidalia onion. The flatter, the sweeter. I don't know if that's true or not, but, I mean, in my experience, I found it to be true, so very excited about that. Sweet onions just make it a little bit easier for me to eat. All right, get it mixed up. All right, I am shredding up a little bit less than a block of extra sharp cheddar. I've learned that if you don't put the cheese on before you stick it in the oven, the rice on top will get too crunchy, like it doesn't absorb the water before it can get cooked. So you want to make sure that you've got a nice little layer of cheese on top just to provide some protection. And since I'm using that kale, I want to make sure that I get it covered as well because I don't want it to get dry and flaky, if that makes sense. So I'm going a little bit hard on the cheese tonight, but I don't think that's even possible, right? Everybody loves cheese. And then I'm also going to top it with queso because I've got it. Why not? Now that it is sufficiently covered, I'm going to stick it in the oven for about 20 minutes. It's done. Hey. Hey. Even though it's done, I'm going to add a little bit of cheese dip on top. Because why not? I'm just going to glob it on and it'll melt. It's going to look funky, but it will melt. You just have to kind of drizzle it. Okay, now it's done.